Hello, my name's Auntie Eva, and today I'm reading a book called The Magic Shell, which was written by Eliza, who's 9. This book was one of the finalists for the Creator Book Challenge 2023. Well done, Eliza. Let's hear your book. Jade, a 12-year-old girl, lives by the seaside with her family. Mum, Emerald, Dad, Onyx, little brother and sister, Crystal 10 and Jasper 8. Jade loves exploring the beach and looking for treasures to turn into beautiful jewellery. One morning, Jade woke to a stream of sunshine beaming through her window and thought it would be a great idea to go to the beach. Jade got up, quickly put her clothes on, and headed to the beach to explore. With the sun glistening off the water and the warm sand between her toes, she spent the morning collecting shells. She found shells in a variety of colours, but her favourite one was jade coloured to match her name, Jade Gem. Once home, Jade told her family about the shell and how special she thought it was. "What's so interesting about a shell?" asked Jasper weirdly. "It's not just any old shell," Jade says in a humph. After lunch, Jade faces the heat again, walking to her friend's house to do some painting. Jade knocks on the door of Sophia Williamson's home and waits for what feels like 5 minutes. Sophia's mum, Ellison, opens the bright blue door. "Oh, hi, Jade. Sophie was starting to think you weren't coming. I told her you might just be late." "My goodness, I'm keeping you outside in this horrible weather. My apologies. Come in, come in. Sophia's waiting for you in the art room, all ready to do some painting." "Oh, thank you," Jade yells, running up the stairs to the art room. "Hey," Jade yells as she opens the door. "Hey, Jade, so happy you could make it. Ready to do some painting?" "Yep." "Oh, and I brought this shell with me. I found it this morning on the beach." As they paint, Jade looks over at Sophia's beautiful works of art. "I wish I was as good as painting as you, Sophia," Jade says, looking a bit upset. Just as she spoke, something made her feel a bit better. Something encouraging her to pick up the brush and keep painting. Jade decides to start again because her first looked like nothing she'd hoped. When they finish painting, Sophia looks over and yells, "I love it, Jade. You should keep that forever and ever. You know why?" "Why?" replied Jade. "Because it's beautiful. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen." "But, Jade, you said you are bad at painting," Sophia says in a surprise. "I did, but, yeah, gosh, look at the time. I better go now. Mum and Dad will be expecting me home for dinner. I'll see you at school tomorrow," Jade mumbles. That night in bed, Jade didn't feel very well. And even worse, it was midnight. Jade got up to get her drink bottle. On the way, she found her shell was not where she left it. So she took it to bed with her. She started talking to herself. "I wish I wasn't feeling sick." Suddenly, she felt better. "But what? How?" she mumbled to herself. "One second I felt bad. The next I'm, well, better. How is this even possible?" She was questioning herself for hours and hours, trying to figure it out. "I quit, but I still don't know how this is possible, though." And eventually she dozed off. Rolling over in bed, she saw the clock was showing 6 a.m. As she couldn't sleep, Jade decided it was time to make jewellery out of the shells that she'd found on the beach. She made a special necklace with the jade shell. "I'm going to wear this one every day." When Jade looks down at the shell she is holding, she wishes it was prettier. Jade stares at it for a minute before hearing footsteps. Jade, what are you doing? Asks Mum as she walks down the hallway. Jade was trying to think of a good reason why her light was on before 7 a.m. Jade, stop talking. You're 12 years old. You should know that you should be in bed until your alarm goes off. Sorry, she sighs to her mum. That's okay, Mum. That's okay, said Mum as she walked out of the door. Hey, Jade, whispers Jasper. What are you doing in my bedroom at 6:15? Jade asks. Oh, nothing. May I ask what you're doing with the lights on at this time? You still know it's AM, not PM, right? I know that, Jasper. I'm smart, Jade says with a smirk, while wishing he would go away. Go away, Jade yells at her brother. As she spoke, Jasper was turning round to leave. What? Jasper never leaves without a fight. She was puzzled. Was he just being nice? Is something in my room scaring him? Something is going on. I know it, she pondered. Jade looked up at the clock. 8 a.m. She'd been sitting there thinking for a long time. Better get organised for school. At school, Jade is going up to her friends and telling them that she's moving schools in 2 weeks. Finally, Sophia comes. Hey, Jade, Sophia says. Oh, hey, Jade replies. Jade, you seem sad. What's wrong? Sophia asks curiously. I'm moving schools in 2 weeks, Jade says sadly. What? No, why? How could... Sophia's so upset she doesn't know what to say. I know, it's horrible, Jade yells. I miss you already, Sophia mumbles. Jade and Sophia hug each other very tightly. In class, Jade tells Mrs. Oceans, her class teacher, that she was moving schools. Mrs. Ocean gasps. What? We're all going to miss you a lot, she exclaims. I'm going to miss you too, Jade says. Which school are you going to? asks Mrs. Oceans. I'm going to a school with a primary school and a high school in it. It's closer to our home near the beach. But I want to stay here because I have lots of friends here, Jade announces to her class. At recess, Jade plays chasey with all 28 of her classmates. Jade gets caught only 3 times because she's the fastest in her class. The second fastest out of the whole class because Luke is the fastest. After recess, Mrs. Oceans says they are doing writing. Yes, my absolute favourite, Jade whispers to herself. Jade is writing narratives this term, and she's writing one about unicorns and fairies, titled Annie the Fairy and Rhea the Unicorn. Her story starts when Rhea goes on a big adventure, one where she goes and frees all the animals that have been stolen by the animal gang. Mrs. Oceans, shouts Archie. No yelling, please, Archie. You're in year 6. You should know better by now, Mrs. Oceans replies calmly. Sorry, yelled Archie. That's okay. Just remember your inside voice. Now, what were you going to tell me? Mrs. Oceans asks. I think I'll come to you, Archie says. As Archie is walking to Mrs. Ocean's desk, he saw that everyone was staring at him for shouting. So as he walks, he whispers to everyone he passes, Sorry for shouting and please forgive me. Eventually, Archie reaches Mrs. Ocean's desk. Hi, Archie. What would you like to tell me? Mrs. Oceans asks. Are we going to make a card for Jade from all of us, like we did for Ella? asks Archie. Oh, of course. Do you want to help me make a card at lunch? Mrs. Oceans asks. Can Luke, Maya and Thomas help? Archie asks. Sure, if they want to, Mrs. Oceans replies. At lunch, Jade is playing Chasey again. Tag, you're it, Chloe yells. Now Jade's it. Jade is chasing everyone. Eventually she tags Ava, who then tags Ava D, then... Not again! Jade is it again, but then quickly catches Katie and runs off, yelling out to Sophia. Hey, Sophia, slow down, Jade calls out. Sophia is waiting on the oval playground. Hey, what's that? Sophia asks, pointing to the shell necklace she made. This is one of the necklaces I made with the shells I found on the beach, Jade replied. Nice, Sophia says. I wish I was better at Chasey. I am the fastest girl in the class, but I keep getting caught, Jade says. Oh. Sophia and Jade yell because Katie is it and she is at the playground. The girls run off giggling. They all love to play Chasey, so... Can we play Chasey every day? Jade asks. Yeah, screams Chelsea. Sure, yells Noah. Everyone agrees. I love the idea, Jade, says Dion. After lunch, they have Japanese class. I wish Japanese class was cancelled today, Jade whispers to her friends. Jade isn't very good at Japanese. Why? Asks Samantha, her table partner. Because I hate Japanese class, Sam, Jade replies. Class, Mrs. Oceans begins. Japanese class is cancelled for today. Mrs. Jackson is sick, says Mrs. Oceans. Hello, everybody, shouts their PE teacher, Mr. Burtz. Good afternoon, Mr. Burtz, everyone shouts. I wish we could have PE, Jade says under her breath. PE time! It got changed, Mrs. Oceans says. Yay! All the students are shouting. At home, after school, Jade is making some more necklaces and bracelets. Jade, whispers Crystal. What now? Jade asks. Want to help Jasper and I convince Mum to say we can stay at our school? Crystal asks. Yeah, Jade shouts as she grabs the special necklace that's around her neck. Come on then, Crystal says. Hey, Mum, Jade begins. Yes, honey, Mum answers. Can we please stay at the school we're at? Jade pleads. Sorry, no, it will be much easier at the school closer to home, Mum says. I wish we could stay at the school we're at, Jade says to her siblings as all three walk away. That afternoon, the kids heard their mum and dad talking about how they could make it work keeping the kids at their current school. Kids, dinner, calls Dad. At the dinner table, Dad announces that they will allow the kids to stay at their school. But how do all these things I want come true? Jade says, talking out loud. What? asks Jasper. Yeah, what? Crystal agrees. Once dinner is done, Jade walks up the stairs to her bedroom thinking. She sits on her bed, still thinking. Then she hears voices. I think it's the crystal-coloured shell, Crystal says, walking up the stairs with Jasper. Jade begins to think about what has happened since finding the shell. Joining her family on the couch, watching television, Jade is still thinking about the last few days. It's 9 o'clock, which means bed, shouts Dad. I hate bedtime, says Jade. We know, shout Mum and Dad. Everyone laughs together. At school the next day, Jade tells everyone that she is staying at school. Hooray! Everyone shouts together. At recess, Jade decides not to play chasey because she needs to talk to Sophia. All the things I want seem to come true, Jade whispers to Sophia. What? How? Screams Sophia. Crystal and Jasper think it's the shell, whispers Jade. Why? Sophia asks. I think it's because each time I make a wish and my shell is with me, it comes true, Jade says back. Jade and Sophia spend all recess talking and giggling about all the different things they could wish for. Jade decided the best wish of all was that she and Sophia stay best friends forever. Jade loved her life without the shell, but has decided that now it's even better with it. Well done, Eliza. What a fantastic book. Thanks for listening.